Hi, I'm Don McArthur. I'm here with Windsor Star reporter Craig Pearson at the Windsor Star News Cafe, and we are here today to talk about Detroit. Yesterday, the city emergency manager Kevin Orr became the biggest city in U.S. history to file for bankruptcy. Craig, he's just returned from a press conference with Michigan Governor Rick Snyder in Detroit. Craig, what was the scene like?
Well, it was one of the biggest press conferences I've ever been to. It was absolutely jam-packed with media there. And it was a real sense of something huge happening. The people that were having the press conference, such as Kevin Orr and Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, talked about it being a new beginning and how, it's been 60 years of mismanagement, that this was long overdue, overspending has been going on for years, bad management, and that ultimately Detroit will be better for it. I can assure you, though, a lot of the media weren't quite biting it because, what they kept bringing up is, but what about the creditors? In other words, what about the people who are owed money, which includes right down to people getting paid, pensioners on fixed incomes. Will they get all their money? The truth of the matter is they will not. No matter how you slice it, they will not get all their money.
Well, the reason we ended up sort of in this stage is because, he had that meeting a couple of weeks ago recently with creditors, and he offered them pennies on the dollar. They said no, and that's how we got, to this phase. And the numbers are staggering, right? When you look at, because what do they blame? They blame population decline, and then, of course, a decline of taxes as manufacturing leaves the city.
Right. And so it's $18.5 billion. So that's a staggering amount. And they're talking about 10 cents on the dollar, maybe 20 cents on the dollar. They don't know what the number is yet, but we do know it's going to be low. One thing that was addressed that's of particular interest to Windsor, of course, is the Windsor-Detroit tunnel. Yeah. Detroit owns half of it, Windsor owns half of it. I asked Governor Snyder about the possibility of selling it. He would not rule it out, although he did say that it's important that they look at which assets the city of Detroit owns and which ones are good for the citizens of Detroit. He suggested that the tunnel is probably one that is good, but again, he wouldn't rule out a sale.
Well, and there's been talk as well about the Detroit Art Gallery, that potentially they could, sell off like these very valuable pieces of art, like to try to raise money for the town and that sort of thing. And then, of course, there's things that Windsor residents love to go over, right? And we enjoy Belle Isle, like we enjoy downtown Detroit, even though it has fallen on hard times.
Those are some of the things that neighbors such as Windsor might consider, because the fact of the matter is it's a great city. We love going there. A lot of people from suburbs in the States love going there, and some of those things might be affected. They didn't get into any details, however, except to say we're not selling any Van Goghs, but of course they're talking about right now. They don't know what's going to happen in the future. It all has to go to a bankruptcy judge, and that judge has to approve it. Some things are going to be sold.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Craig's writing a story for tomorrow's paper about this. He went over to Detroit. Claire Brownell, she's writing another story, or they're joining forces together from the Windsor perspective. And remember, Saturday, that's the color run. Web editor Dylan Christie, he's going to be taking part with a GoPro, and there's going to be all kinds of colors. We're going to have a great video on the big boards out in front of the News Cafe come Monday. And send your pictures of the color run to tips@windsorstar.com. If they're good enough, we're going to throw them on the big board. Thanks.